Hey, how are you doing, everyone? Today I finally went to see this film, and I will tell you my honest opinion. It was not bad. Like, story is a letdown. Entertainment, it's good. Times there's too much going on. Characters in it, likable. Maybe just only one problem is uh, just some scenes like, oh, I didn't got to know him that much. Oh wait, I didn't got to know him that much. Didn't got to know him that much, but there's other people who I like. I just feel like need a bit more work. They could have improved on. Like, characters were likable, but then you don't really felt so deeply concerned about them, or you got to add a bit more. I just feel like they were missing something of that. Like, the action scenes, no, they're good, but then there's some of them that are better, but then there's times they're a bit overdone. And what's his name? The director of this film. Yeah, this guy. For him, like, I think this is the first time he ever directed a movie. Uh, let's see, I remember him doing acting in War as one of the majors. Second, he's actually scriptwriting and produced it. So I was hoping, oh, this is going to be a good war film with action. Whew. The story is a letdown because it's nothing really. It's a movie just about the Operation Mission and SWAT. Okay, take down the big bad leader who's have most control. This guy's cinematography, action scenes, and shots. They're like, yeah, he was doing a good job and then there's times he's felt a bit cheap. How I say this? Some of his shots was like drama-based shots, like old Pakistani TV drama styles, and I'm saying he could have made them much better, like practicing and understand and learn more about movie shots in different angles, and like, cause there was a lot of communication, a lot of conversation. So I'm like, okay, they're discussing on enemy plots, or they're relaxing in their house, having a bit of a old friend chat, and all that. Dialogues were fine. Dialogues were good. Communication was good. It wasn't boring film at all. Like that, you're just waiting for the action, waiting for the story, right? Stories a letdown. Soldiers in their break time, or in their home time, or in the army, heard about this massive, large numbers of terrorist groups or guerrillas or militants are coming and attacking villages and taking them by force and all that, and killing. So they're like, okay, we need to go over our operation mission, stop these extremists and all that. Action scenes, like, they're good. There's times some of it's a bit flat, but just a bit of flat, of course, and some of it looked a bit rushed, but then a lot of effort was put into it. Big open battle scenes. Means like, I liked them all. When I seen big open battle scenes, I was like, ooh, nice. Just the problem is too much going on. There's like, literally, okay, yeah, it's a big battlefield, but I feel like it could be in a bit more clear, like, okay, it's a big line, and there's also another line. There's forces trying to push forward. You're holding them back. You're shooting at them and all that. Like, but then, like, there's another shot of, like, looks like in a different location, but then showing it's in the same location. But I'm like, how's that possible? It looks like a different location. Like, the terrain looks a bit different. This guy, what he was thinking? 3 years. It took him 3 years. Just some of the battle scenes were a bit confusing. No, it's entertaining, it's gritty, it's messy. It's like a mixture of We Were Soldiers with, yeah, definitely We Were Soldiers and a bit of there's some Matrix slow motion scenes, and they're like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, not bad. Like, let's see, I like some good martial art kicking scenes and all that. One thing I hate, they're showing the Taliban doing karate and all wushu and all that. I'm like, for God's sake, man, can you at least do a bit, understand, like, how about you could follow traditional kushti or something, since I did some research, and it turns out when I wanted to know if Afghans, if they do kushti, oh yes, they definitely do. Mostly in the army as a sign of sport, because let's see, I don't know what's happening in Afghanistan, but maybe the kushti, why they still do it, maybe because they like fighting still, like the military army, the guys in uniforms. In their break time, they gather up and start having big grappling kushti matches. And I saw a few footages of American soldiers who are with them decided to join in because they're like, hey, I used to do it in high school too. Let me join in. Let's see who's better. And yeah, it's interesting, I'll tell you that. That's all, like, man, like, come on, you could done better research. You could have added something else instead of like, my problem is just no. I just think he could have did a better research, and then instead of just seeing them doing jump up kicks and spinning kicks and all, I didn't want to see that. I wanted to see throttling in people using elbows and fists, not like this jumping up jump kicks and spinning kicks. Come on. And so far, I like these the spinning kicks, like spinning kicks and all that. Let's see, the Pakistani army does that. Let's see, martial art academies do that. Well, taekwondos and wushu academies and karate academies do that in Pakistan. Maybe they're these spinning kick because they only show a few of these guys. Maybe they used to be part of civilization, maybe in Afghanistan, maybe in some places in Pakistan, maybe in places in SWAT, and then they maybe chose a deep, crazy religious side of extremism and decided to take that path, and they just brought what they learned from their past, of their years of studying of some shit. But I'm like, okay, yeah, fine. But you just had to make things... My problem, this movie took 3 years. 3 years. Lot of explosions, but the story, there was not that much to explain. Let's see. Good action scenes. Good action scenes and a few good, like, I like the knife fight scene, that was really good. Good. It was short, but then, yeah, be realistic, like, does everything need to be a big climax? Climax in every fist fight scene. Like, I like the knife fight scene. It reminded me of Commando, the Schwarzenegger. Let's see. Yeah. Yes, a Michael Bay trait in of explosions. Some climaxes of when the battle is finishing, I was like, should I really mention this? Just, sorry, you receive a crazy text. But overall, the action scenes, this is an improvement. But my problem is, what the elements he chosen to make this movie. He received a large budget to make this movie. A large budget. Okay, $3 million. $3 million. I can tell you this. Yeah, he can make an action film. But should he be allowed to have a large amount of money to make that kind of action film? I don't think so. Like, I think he can do great in... Well, I think because of the story and the plot, that's the reason. It was going to be based in SWAT, which is a very large open space area with forests and like, and so it was a big open battlefield, and just soldiers spread it around, shooting and like going flat in the grass and then shooting their rifle, and then saying the next day taking cover and reloading and firing, like seeing big open fields of shooting and all. That was my problem. He didn't know how to shoot that. It wasn't rubbish. It was just kind of confusing. Actors in it were good. No, the actors were good in it. Everyone who I saw in it all of them were top notch. Maybe just one female actress. I didn't like her. She was supposed to play as the wife. Yeah, and this movie is a romance movie as well. Well, some soldiers are meeting, asking arranged marriage. Some of it was cheesy. But then it's a Desi film. Like, it will have cheesiness. This guy, he doesn't know how to edit and make the element of the atmosphere of a Bollywood film if he wants to make romance. His style of shooting that movie was a bit like a social realism slash documentary shot in it with a Hollywood element. But this guy, no, he needs to do his research. I can say, yes, he's a good film director, but he needs to improve more, and I think he should not get that amount of money to spend like that again. They should have made it a bit more like, I don't know, like, he could have made a crime movie where it's based in a city, where at least he can focus on other tight close quarters than a bunch of thousands of men shooting left and right and all that. I just wanted this movie to be up to its top notch and brilliant, and like We Were Soldiers, The Patriot, Braveheart, like that crap. This guy, he's good in shooting close quarters fight scenes. No, he's good in close quarters. When he does doing shooting scenes of shootout scenes, making filming scenes of doing shootout scenes, he's good in doing close quarters. Because every scene's tight, cramped, and the way how he shoots. I look behind the scenes, he actually helped out with the guns and design, like guns, telling them how to use rifles and all that, telling them how to move like a soldier. But now I'm like, this is actually quite interesting, because I'm thinking, is this guy used to be part of the army before he decided to work in the film industry? I'll tell you, this guy, yeah, he knows his stuff, but he needs to learn more about being a film director. I just disliked him. He doesn't know how to do a close, open shot scene of wide-angle shot scenes if he's doing great battle. He does know how to do a wide-angle shot scenes, but for a big battle scene of soldiers left and right, I think he should be in a bit more. But then he's maybe trying to be in his own perspectives of eyes of how he's seen war, because I've seen countless war movies and they're like that, actually. And then soldiers complain about it on their documentaries and interviews, like, oh, they were on the left, they were on the right, oh, they were everywhere, bullets were flying left and right, if you stood up you get shot and you get molded by bullets. I've seen documentaries and interviews about that, which is really sad. And this movie is supposed to represent a remembrance of the soldiers who fought in SWAT against the extremists. Yeah, my salute to you. Okay, Yalghaar, Shilaila Mandra Kulat, Lamiat Milklu Kufwanhat. That was all for you, my brothers. Overall, is such a... No, it's just... I'm just surprised, that's all. That's all I can say. The movie is not shit, and it's not great. It's good. That's all. It's not shit. It's not great. It's not iconic, but it's good. Okay, and if you want to see, like, if you are a big fan of Michael Bay and like Saving Private Ryan, go and see this. And actually, go and see this. Like, come on, if you're a Pakistani guy and you love action films, you won't be disappointed. Story you will be disappointed with. Editing of this guy, like, most of his editing is good, but with drama and communication, his editing skills is solid. Needs more work on it. I remember that when he script written and produced War. And that's just my cat. Ignore her if you hear her. She's just meowing. War was a good film, but he didn't direct it. He wrote it and script wrote it, which that is awesome. But when he's script writing this, I don't know. Like, he's better off doing thrillers like Crimes or something like. But for war movies, I don't think so. Not what War he can, but if you know I'm understanding about big operation missions, like historical events. I don't know if he knows how to do it, but can he make movies more like conspiracy, spies, politics? Because he written that really well. But this guy who he had a fallout with this man. This is the man who directed War, which he did it, and the reason why everything was top. His editing skills, his shooting skills are way better. But he also knows how to direct a movie, but this guy, he knows more, and he actually has the skills of directing it like a Hollywood. That's because when he finished university, he studied in the United States. He also actually ended up becoming, let's see, assistants in big Hollywood film industries, and for many, let's see, not many, but he actually did work with big film directors that are still working in Hollywood. After when he received enough knowledge and experience, he went back to Pakistan and directed War. I don't know why he had a fallout with that guy after the movie War, because I hear that they had disagreement of something and about who should take more credit. The two of them who made War, yes, he directed it, he edited it, he filmed it, but he also scriptwrites it and produced it. But I hope the guy who made War, I'm really looking forward, and I hope he does shoot the film Mulajat, because I want to see how can he do it. How can he make it good? Will he do traditional martial arts that are actually, South Asian martial arts, ancient Indian martial arts, like the traditional South Asian stick fighting, the traditional Kushti South Asian grappling, or the traditional, today right now in Pakistan, it is a form of martial art, but I never heard anything about combat, but this stick fighting, but the way how they do it, like when they dance with two sticks, or they dance with a stick with a small little cotton shield, and no, they do after, then two of them face off and have a light sparring match. It's like quick blocking, quick agility, and first one just strike him in his exposed below will win the match. But it wasn't like this today. It's not fatal, but it's a former traditional dancing of the way how they do it. Look, this movie, see it. It's still a good, fun action blast. Okay, and it's a hard-worked Pakistani film. Okay, just the story disgusts me. Hey, and there's a lot of guns in this movie. It just felt like a random action film with a small story with a lot of heavy action and explosion.
Sichere deinen Bereich. Ich rücke auf dieser Seite vor. Verstärkung ist unterwegs. Granaten gefallen.